Ted tried to explain the win and how it went down in the fourth quarter. He thought that the Boston's second half / third unit got some momentum, and then you guys were trying to fight it at that point. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, Marcus and Zeller, Jerebko, those guys came in. Jalen as well. They came in, gave him a big spark, and they basically just took the energy away from us. We had no energy in the fourth quarter, and we just had to figure out a way to win.
Is it hard to flip the switch back when you lose the momentum like that, Bron?
You just got to figure it out. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to try to win the ball game. No matter where you were up or how you were playing, you still got to try to figure out how to win it. And being a poised group that we are, we was able to still keep our composure even when it was down to a 1-point lead, and make shots and make timely stops.
I said you took some personal accountability with the group for your turnovers. Come on up, yeah. You always talk about whether they were by omission or attack. What do you think?
No, I think I was horrible tonight. Every facet of the game, I was just pretty bad, and it's unacceptable, and I can't do that. If I want to help this team, get to where we want to get to, so if it was a report card, give myself an F, for tonight's performance, and it's got to be better.
Also 2 rebounds from a triple-double, though. So what didn't you, aside from the turnovers, what didn't you like?
Well, everything. My concentration. I had different parts of the game. I had 8 turnovers, and some of them was just plain stupid turnovers, especially the one that Avery Bradley got in the backcourt. Just not concentrating on the game. So, it's not always about the statistics for me. It's about how I go out and approach the game. So, I was happy that I got 2 All-Stars alongside of me that was able to carry us to a win tonight.
I think since you've been here, you have roughly 1 play a year like that, like the turnover with Avery. What happened there? Is it just a lack of concentration, like you talked about?
I just didn't see him, and definitely got to pay attention to what's going on in the flow of the game, so just throwing it back in to Kyrie, and he just jumped it. But, if I was paying attention to him, Avery being the defensive-minded guy he is, I should have seen it, so big mistake.
It seemed at the end of the game after you ripped Horford, it looked like you shot a look over to the Boston bench. Were you saying something to them after that?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't even remember looking at their bench too much tonight. I was more in my own zone, in my own head tonight, trying to figure out ways I can help the team, so nah.
On that play, what were you expecting from Boston?
Try to get IT the ball or use him, in a way he can get some decoy and, get a guy open look. But once the ball went into Horford, I feel like it was probably going to be some hammer action on the backside or some guys going from flaring. And, I know Horford's tendencies from playing against him a lot, and just try to, make a clean strip, and I was able to do that.
How much of your struggles tonight do you attribute to the job that Crowder and Bradley do defensively? And just how much tougher are they than maybe some of the other teams you face?
They're good. They're good defenders. Bradley and Jay. It's part of the reason why they play the way they play. But it was all about me tonight. It was just my mindset, and like I said, I was happy I was able to make a couple plays down the stretch.
Playing most of this year, what happened in the fourth?
I think. Well, how many turnovers did we end up with at the end? 18, something like that. I mean, we had 22 last game, so. Unless you have a big lead already, you're not going to win many games playing like that. So, we were able to make enough plays in the end to put them away. But they're a pretty resilient team. They keep coming at you. You saw their second unit came in and fought hard and got them back in the game. And, they put Thomas back in there and Al Horford back in there, and, different guys that can make a lot of big plays for them. But, we made big plays when we had to with Kyrie and Bron. RJ hit a couple big free throws at the end, but it was just, I felt like we got a little lackadaisical, but, we just need to continue to push the pace, play harder, and if we do that, we're always a better team.
Kevin, how tough is that when you've totally lost momentum? It's close late, and you have to rally and make those plays. How hard is that to do?
Yeah, I think momentum and fortunes in this league can kind of change on a dime. So it is hard sometimes to stop a team when they have a good thing going. They're a team that, as I mentioned, moves the ball well. They're well coached. So they had guys that made big plays, made big shots on both ends, and it is tough, but we have guys like Kyrie and LeBron who were able to kind of soften the blow there in that fourth quarter, but it was pretty tough to stop that momentum because they, as I mentioned, had a good thing going.
16 threes tonight.
I told Ty I was going to shoot 20, so I was a little pissed I didn't get there.
Was that a product of the matchup, though? Was there something that
There was a lot of open shots. I mean, I was actually kicking myself because I felt probably 5 more could have gone down, but there was probably a couple plays where I shot 2 on the same play and were good looks, but I'll take those shots any day. So yeah, 16 seems like a lot, but I would say most of them were really good shots or open shots.
That open 3 that Crowder had, Ty mentioned that you guys were trying to take the ball out of Isaiah
Right.
and Avery's hands. Is that something that you're just willing to live with in that situation?
Yeah, I think so. And Shump and I, we had a switch call a little bit late, but we felt like if we blitzed Isaiah, because he's such a good playmaker coming out of that if he were to hit somebody, if we were to get a good stun in a contest, that we definitely had to live with that because they had such a good momentum going. So Crowder's type of guy. I think he just hit the 3 before that, but I think TT got there on a late contest, and I just tried to get back as quick as I could. But that was a pretty good shot for them.
What's going on with your leg? What was going on with your hamstring there?
I just tightened up. That's all. I took a spill with Bron in the first half. I threw the pass to Tristan in the middle of the lane, and me and Bron bumped knees, and then my calf started to get tight, and then my hammy started to get tight. I felt better coming out of the second half. Then when I did that last layup, it just started to cramp up. That's all.
You don't think it's a hamstring? It's just cramps, strictly cramps.
I mean, it's a cramp in my hamstring. Just it's cramping up, just feeling tight. Got out of the game. Tried to get back in, but T-Lou wasn't having it.
We have to ask. I mean, do you think that this could or may keep you out of it?
Well, we'll see how I feel in the morning.
Do you need an IV or anything tonight?
Huh?
Did you get an IV bag or anything?
Nah, man. Like I said, just see how I feel in the morning. Do some complex, put some ice on it, get in a cold tub when I get home. See how I feel in the morning.
Boston's played you tough, obviously, the last couple of years since they got this team together. What do you think led to their comeback tonight?
Just some late game execution, things that we weren't handling on the defensive end. Marcus Smart was coming off pick and rolls with me and Channing, and playing a 2-man game with him and Tyler Zeller. And then Jerebko hit a few mid-range shots in the 3. Momentum started to shift a little bit. We came down. Got some good shots. Got to the free throw line a little bit, and then they just started to hit shots. Avery came in, made some big plays, got a few steals, and they got back in the game.
LeBron was hard on himself. He said he'd give himself an F for tonight. Thought it was terrible.
Yeah, man.
What'd you get out of LeBron?
Man, that guy's so special, man. He gives himself an F, and he still ends up with 23, 8, and 11. So it's like, I mean, I understood just from the amount of expectation that he puts on himself every single night. He took full accountability just like anyone else in this locker room would. But as the leader of this team, we command a lot from him. And he understands that. He wants it. He thrives in that. And I think it's good. I mean, that's what makes the greats great, man. Right there, it's just taking accountability and then moving forward. Said what he had to say in front of the team, and then we move on. That's what being a great team is really about. Just having great players, just step up to the plate. Like I said, I wouldn't give him an F, but 23, 8, and 11 still work with a win. I'll work with it.
You've talked all year about taking what the defense gives you. It looked like early in the game you were distributing. So what were you seeing from Boston that led you into that mindset?
Just realizing that the amount of attention I'm commanding when I get in that paint, man. Seeing opportunities for my teammates, my driving lanes, realizing that I could almost get my shot off or, a shot anytime I come down. So now it's just about playing that in-between game and just getting everyone else involved and making sure everyone's involved in the offense. It's a different team game when everyone feels good about, getting the ball. We don't want to focus too much on offense, but, someone getting a fast break layup and hustling back on the defensive end, it makes a world of difference. So I just try to get guys easy shots. As a point guard of the team, realizing that, the attention I'm commanding, just be better with the pass.